You are 25 years old, drifting outside the hull of Aethelgard Station. When your magnetic boot fails, you claw at the smooth metal panels. But there is nothing to grab in the vacuum. Inside your helmet, the red warning light pulses, in time with your racing heart. The station is a glittering city of glass and steel, and you're just a speck of dust falling away from it. The comms channel is nothing but static. No one is coming for you. In the control room, a machine calculates the cost of your rescue, decides it is too high, and marks you as a lost asset. Earth hangs below you, a beautiful blue ball you will never touch again. The cold creeps in as your heater fails. Frost begins to feather across your eye. Your body goes limp. Just another piece of trash orbiting the wealthy. But your story does not end in the dark. It starts 6 years ago with a promise. You are 19, standing in a recruitment line on Earth, staring at a poster that promises adventure. You sign the digital contract. Without reading the fine print, you just want to leave. As the shuttle breaks the atmosphere, you press your face to the glass, seeing the stars for the first time. Around you, other recruits vibrate with the same mix of fear and excitement. Aethelgard Station looms ahead, a spinning wheel of white light and clean curves. But you don't dock at the shiny top. You dock at the rusted, scarred industrial port at the bottom. There is no welcome ceremony. You are stripped and sprayed with cold chemical foam. They hand you a patched second-hand void suit that smells like someone else's sweat. Your quarters is a coffin-sized tube. In a wall of 1,000 tubes, you try your first packet of recycled nutrient paste. It tastes like wet cardboard. You get lost in the maze of pipes and steam, the map on your hood flickering uselessly. The foreman is not a person. It's a drone that scans your barcode instead of your face. It projects a chart showing your travel debt. It is bigger than you ever imagined. On your first shift, you check the helmet seals 3 times, terrified of the vacuum. A veteran worker gives you a thumbs up and taps their helmet against yours as silent good luck. The outer door opens. The sheer drop to earth hits you like a physical punch. You float out, magnetic boots clicking. The silence is profound and beautiful. You perform your first weld, sparks flying silently into the void. You finish the repair perfectly and look back at Earth. Feeling important? Back inside, you check your credits. Deductions for oxygen use and suit rental took 90%. You lie in your bunk calculating how many years it will take to buy a ticket home. You sneak a look at the elevator to the upper decks, guarded by heavy blast doors. Through a glass panel, you see real trees and fake sunlight. People are laughing. A guard drone shoos you away, back to the dark tunnels where you belong. You get faster at the work. Clip, weld. Seal, move, clip. Weld, seal, move. You sit with your coworker, sharing a rare contraband chocolate bar from Earth. They show you a scar from a suit rupture, warning you never to trust the sensors. We die. You look in the mirror, the wide-eyed look is gone, replaced by tired circles. Huh? A micrometeoroid pings off your shoulder plate, leaving it deep. You scramble inside, shaking. You survived your first brush with death. Years pass. The wonder is gone, but it's just a lethal job now. The lower decks are more crowded. Now the air smells stale. The foreman announces increased quotas due to corporate efficiency targets. You work a double shift. Your hands cramp inside the gloves, locking into claws. You bypass a safety check to finish faster, just to meet the drone's quota. You visit the auto dock for a persistent cough. It prescribes more sleep, which you can't afford. An upper decker bangs on the glass, pointing angrily at a smudge you missed. You float outside the luxury dining hall, wiping the window so they can watch the stars while they eat. Inside they toast with wine. You are inches away, separated by glass and a vacuum. You check your debt again. Interest rates have risen. You are further behind than when you started. Tension breaks in the chow line. A fight starts over a fresh water ration. Security drones subdue them instantly with shock batons. The water is wasted on the floor. A new kid arrives in the locker room. He looks exactly like you did 6 years ago. You help him with his suit, checking the seals. He forgot you were too tired to warn him. On the whole, you signal him to slow down before he drifts too far. He learns fast. The three of you eat together. For a moment, it feels like a family. Red lights flash everywhere. Solar flare imminent, the station screams. The foreman orders you outside to shield the luxury sensors manually. You are expendable priority. The kid is shaking in the airlocks. You grab his shoulder to steady him. You deploy the emergency shutters manually, while radiation warnings scream in your ear. A jammed shutter won't close. The upper deck garden is exposed behind it. You and your coworker hammer on the mechanism, soaking up a year's worth of radiation. The shutter slams shut just as the flare hits. You are safe, but you are back inside. You vomit into a bin. Radiation sickness hits fast. The auto dock treats you and automatically adds a huge fee to your debt. You lie in your bunk for days. Hair thinning, skin pale. No one visits. You go back to work before you are fully healed, because the daily interest is eating you alive. Your hands shake while welding. You drop a tool into space. The foreman deducts the tool's cost from your food budget. No dinner for a week. You see a reflection in the visor. You look 10 years older than you are. Your coworker whispers about a union forming in Sector 9. Hope is danger. The next day, Sector 9 is sealed off. Ventilation malfunction is the official lie. Stay clear. Speaks in the mess hall. The fear is heavier than the gravity. Through a maintenance grate, you see a lavish party in the 0G ballroom. They spill champagne that floats in golden spheres. More cost than you earn in a year. You're in the wall behind the party, unclogging a filter filled with their hair and skin. Ears blur. You are an expert now, moving with minimal effort to save oxygen. You watch a luxury yacht dock. It bumps the hull too hard. A structural beam buckles near the fuel cells. A silent vibration goes through them. You report the damage. Urgency to the foreman immediately. The foreman calculates the repair downtime cost and denies the request. Acceptable risk. You tell your coworker the station is fragile. They just shrug, too tired to care. You dream of the hull peeling open like a tin can. The crack in the beam has grown. You patch it with temporary sealant on your own. The kid is not a kid anymore, and they have the same dead eyes you do. Your cough is chronic. Now you hide the blood in your handkerchief. You calculate again. You can leave at age 60 if you don't eat for 10 years. Another 12-hour shift. The suit chases your radiation burns. A debris storm warning comes too late. Debris peppers the hole like machine gun fire. You scramble for the airlock. A piece of debris strikes the kid. You grab their tether and drag them towards safety. Ignoring your own warning lights, you throw them in and seal the door, just as a larger rock smashes the camera. The kid loses the leg. The company will not pay for a prosthetic. They are shipped back to Earth as damaged goods. You never see them again. You work alone now. The silence is heavier. You stop looking at the Earth with longing. Now you look at the upper decks with hate. You briefly consider cutting a power cable, just to make him feel the cold. You don't do it. You're too tired. You just fix the cable. It's your birthday. The foreman sends an automated message. Work hard. Time eats you alive. You are 40 now. A veteran in a suit held together by patches and prayer. The acceptable risk finally snaps. A fuel cell bracket fails and the station screams. Gravity fails in the lower decks. The world turns upside down. Emergency bulkheads begin to slam shut automatically. Panic is total. The foreman's voice blares. Seal Sector 4 manually. Containment priority out Sector 4 is the worker dorms. Sealing it means trapping everyone inside. You stand at the manual lever. Your best friend is on the other side, ushering people out. Seal it or station integrity fails. Upper deck casualties unacceptable. You hesitate. He sees the fire coming down the pipe behind him. He yells at you to do it. To save the rest of the station. To save yourself. Close it. You pull the lever. The heavy glass door slams down, cutting off his face. Through the thick glass, you watch the fire engulf the corridor. He is gone. The station stabilizes, the hum returns. You sink to the floor. The foreman commends you for efficient asset management. You receive a bonus. It is barely enough to buy a bottle of real whiskey. Your dorm is empty. Half your shift died in Sector 4. You cannot sleep. You hear the fire in the silence. 2 years later, the autodoc scans you. Severe cellular degradation. You have reached the lifetime radiation limit for a grade 4 worker. The foreman informs you your contract is completed due to medical obsolescence. You are being sent back to Earth not as a hero, but as waste disposal. You pack your few belongings. A photo of your friend. A spare bolt. You walk to the shuttle bay. New recruits rush past you, young and hopeful. Sorry, one recruit bumps into you and apologizes. It is like looking in a mirror. Sorry, you board the transport. It is a cargo hauler, not a passenger ship. You sit strapped in with other broken veterans, coughing and silent. The clamps release, the station drifts away. You see the station hole again? It looks perfect, no scars visible from the outside. You see your reflection? Gray hair, cataract eye. Skin like parchment, you spot the upper deck garden. Someone is waving, but not at you. The shuttle shakes violently as it hits the atmosphere. Gravity returns, crushing you. The hatch opens. The air of Earth smells of smog and rain. It feels... You're processed out. Your pension is a mega credit chip. You walk onto the street, the sky is gray. Not black. You feel trapped. People walk past you, ignoring the spacer patch on your jacket. Years later, you sit in a wheelchair, legs too weak to walk against gravity. Your table is covered in cheap painkillers and oxygen canisters. You look out the window at the night sky. Through the smog, you find it Aethelgard Station. A bright moving star. You remember floating in the void, young and amazed. You remember your friend's smile? You remember the blast door closing? You realize you gave your life to keep a light on, that you weren't allowed to share. The station is still there. You are fading. A coughing fit racks your body. You inhale from the canister one last time. A news hologram plays in the corner. Aethelgard reports record profits. You stare at the hologram with a tired, empty smile. You close your eyes. The gravity of Earth finally feels like a hug. Your story ends here, but the machine keeps turning for millions of others. Somewhere else, someone lives. The same system from the other side of the glass.